Okay, hi. But all of you can come, and we have Sylvia McDonald to thank for this. School is redoing the floors, and Sylvia said, well, don't have it at the library. Why can't you just have it on the nice way at the plaza? Oh,
Yeah, but I meant cooler months.
well,
I also suggested I guess.
You were going to have this outside, and it was only the kindness of Lori here.
Thanks to Lori and Randy, here we are. So this worked out great.
Yeah,
It'll get a little cooler in here.
yeah.
When
Yeah,
the door
I can't
clicks.
believe she would.
Opening and closing.
Yeah.
So we have our office staff, Alicia. She's going to be working.
I can't hear.
Oh, sorry. And we have Paul, who's the contractor. Operator. We're trying to get him on team. And then we have Barbara. Where's Barbara? She's here somewhere. And we have Natalie. Our CPA. And nothing's I'm sorry, what?
Why am I here? Yeah. So I'm gonna act as sort of the MC, the host tonight. I'm gonna introduce the topics, lay out some ground rules, and provide input as needed.
You're getting paid by us to stand up there and do what she should be doing?
Well, I'm just here to assist Elaine, and again, Elaine, may require legal input, and that's where we come in. So, again,
This is an official meeting.
so this is not a board meeting. We want to be very clear about that. Again, this is a forum for the board, the district, to hear your concerns.
So if this was a forum,
And so I would just request off the top, and the only way that this is going to be productive is if you're respectful and patient. There is a Q&A section. There is an agenda back there. Please be respectful. If
Who'd
not,
have
there's no
known?
point in having it. I mean, we will get nothing out of it unless you're patient, unless you're respectful. So I would just ask.
So what's your hourly rate?
So, our hourly rate is my hourly rate, I should say, is $300 an hour. Our fee agreement, by the way, is a public record. So, if you are interested in seeing it, feel free to ask.
Everybody talk fast.
so you're getting paid $300 an hour to stand up there and do what they should do.
Well, again, so I'm going to be turning this over to them.
Does
I'm not-
everybody have an agenda? Sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta get some cold water, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So I will not be up here the whole time. Again, I'm going to be the host. So I'm going to introduce the topics here. We're going
So
to
you're
turn it
getting
over.
paid to not be up there the whole time, $300 an hour, correct?
And to assist the board as needed. That is correct.
But if it's not an official meeting, then it's still official.
I'm sorry.
If it's not an official meeting, is it still official?
What do you mean by that? There's going to be no decisions made tonight. The board, you'll be hearing from Elaine, you'll be hearing from operations, financial team, but you will not be hearing from the board.
So is this more of an open
Yeah,
town
this
hall?
is a town hall
meeting?
for us to hear your
Okay.
comments, hear your questions.
Okay.
Tom, I will take your questions, sir, but again, after that request, let's get this started. Let's get this started.
Thank you, I appreciate this. Today is the normal fourth Tuesday of the month board meeting. Why was it canceled? And could this not have been held at any other time of the year?
My understanding is to get the schedules aligned, this was the day to do it. I believe there's a discussion about a board meeting next week to sort of supplement that, and again, that will be a full formal meeting. And as you say, Tom, every fourth Tuesday, I show up to many of these. You know, we would like to see the public's participation there, so feel free to attend. If you have questions there will be a forum for that.
Thank you, Devin.
Yep.
So you're basically saying it was because of schedule alignment, aligning schedules because, okay,
And again,
thanks.
so if I could just take you to the agenda, again, there's copies back there. Feel free to
Right.
grab one, this little half sheet. You're going to be hearing sort of from the team. They're going to present to you on the status of the district matters. Natalie Galgano is here to speak to the district financials. And again, of course, Paul and Mark, the ops team. So
If you could just speak louder too.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so 20 minutes to review the district assets. Again, that's the operations team. 20 minutes on district finances. That's going to be Natalie. 15 minutes on the billing and metering issues. I'm guessing that's going to be Elaine. And then, of course, 15 minutes for Q&A. And so that's the general procedure. With that, who's going to be leading on the district applicants? Is that you? Is that Mark?
So,
Can I
Mark,
please talk?
here's Keith.
Can I please talk?
You're way behind you.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, can I
Oh, we
please
have to introduce PJ, so sorry. Are you going to?
I was gonna do a lot of things, but you two seem
Oh,
to
so
be
sorry,
doing it.
no, I don't know, I'm just
Okay,
here,
go
go
sit
ahead.
down. So, this is Paul, and he's on mute right now. So if you wouldn't mind moving off to the side so I can see people, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone, I'm sorry, it's hot as hell in here. First, I want to say thank you so much to the people that own this building that are so gracious to let us use this space. We have some air conditioning rather than none at all. And I would ask Shirley like to have a round of applause for them, please. Doesn't that be a lot? Just thank you so much. So this meeting is being held today at this time of year because we need to give you answers, and we know that. And we need to talk to you about what's going on with the district. And so to do that, we have lined up a few people to speak to you. One of them is Paul. Paul is with Sierra Water. He's the new water management person. He is over Mark, who I'm sure you've seen in the community. And Mark is out there taking care of things every day. They are going to talk about what's going on in the district, what the well supply, what the arsenal looks like, what the chlorine tab machines look like. And then we're going to have Natalie from District Finances, who's going to talk a little bit about where we're at, what we need, and why we need it. Then you get to talk to me. You can yell at me all you want. We're going to talk about the December 25th billing or 2025 billing problem. What's happening, how it's affected you all. I know it's made you all very angry. Totally understand that. Keep in mind, I have nothing. I'm just skin of the game here other than I care about people and I want to make sure you get the fair shake. I live in Cordes, so even through all the rants and raves I've got to hear, I'm still here because I care about people and I want to see you guys get a solution here. So we're going to talk about that and then what we're going to do to resolve that. And then at the end, hold on, 20 minutes of you asking us questions. Each member of the board or the panel of the board, the panel will be available for you to ask a question to. I do ask, please be respectful, take a turn, be nice when you ask, don't be accusatory, ask open questions. How did we get here? What are we going to do to fix this? What are we going to do to fix that? What can we do as a community to help us make it easier? Okay? Is everybody ready to go? Yes? Okay, wonderful. Hello, can you hear me?
I just turned it on about half hour. It was up higher than I thought.
Barely?
I turned it down.
Okay, I'm gonna move things around just a tad, see if I can get you over here. Did you get those pictures I sent? No? Okay, well, we're gonna do our best to go with what you've got, and I'm gonna pull up some pictures I hope to share. Will you let me share? Okay, where's the mouse? There we go. It's a little on the slow side.
I don't think we're going to see anything there except the fact that there's a small screen TV.
Deeper. You can see the screen now? That's good. All right, so I have several pictures here. I don't know if they're going to come up, but we're going to try. They seem to be going in some background or something that isn't really working. Okay, so we're going to have to try to be a little quiet for Paul because the speaker system is not what we hoped. My Bluetooth will not hook up to the laptop for some reason.
Can we move the table forward some or no?
No, but they can move closer.
That's probably a better idea.
Just a minute, Paul. Everybody's talking. We can't hear you. What?
Could we move the table forward?
No.
Is there an outlet?
If I disconnect it, I'll have to restart everything again. So, Paul, I can't hear you at all.
Can you guys, like, just wait and let her get Paul, please? Can't hear him.
Yes, I can.
Who's Paul?
Paul is with Sierra Water. Paul is
Why are you gonna come here?
Paul is from Tucson, and I want to correct you.
What's that? Everybody could move forward.
Well, we could, that would be an idea.
What?
Everybody come closer to here.
Well, you said you're even when they do.
This is what we're paying $300 an hour for.
Thank you. We can fix it, we can fix it. Come on, everybody sit down.
They're not opening your letter? Okay. So, Mark, would you mind helping with this? I know this isn't your gig, I can tell all day long what I saw here. If I could call online, if we cannot get him.
A lawyer to represent
And they're going to hear.
Can you put it to the city?
which we won't be notified until the like.
Speaker is not working.
We did post it in the post
Walk
office
up to the school,
14
like the end, closer to them. Mark, you can start talking for half a while. We're gonna talk about
I got home from work, I heard water meeting, that's it. Let's go.
So, we have Keith. Keith, would you like to come on up again? So, Mark and Keith are gonna go over the condition of the well sites, and it's the work that needs to be done at each one. There's one well site with just one functioning well, meaning we're down to 3 wells. If we lose one more, we'd be down to 2. And so we need to look at addressing all of these issues that have been going on for a really long time. And I'm not sure that you guys have any idea as to what the condition of our well sites are like. What are we facing as far as repairs? What are the challenges that Mark and Keith and Paul face on a daily basis just to keep the district operating and to keep the water safe and clean? And unfortunately, the past things were in quite a state of disrepair when we came on.
Can I interrupt you? I know you love to talk to people. Let me talk, okay?
No.
Yes, please, because you're saying things that everybody's heard from.
So, we're gonna talk, well, Mark's gonna come up and he's gonna talk about that and he's working on what? Oh, I said you were gonna speak.
So Mark is really shy, so I'm just gonna pick it up.
There you go.
So, okay, here we go. I have been to your well sites. I have seen your arsenic treatments. I have seen your machines that are supposed to be chlorine tabs that somewhere along the way in 20, 25 years, somebody just said, it doesn't work anymore. We'll bypass it. We'll go over here, we'll do this. We'll put this liquid chlorine. Liquid chlorine, I can tell you right now, if you know anything about PPE, you cannot store it. You cannot move it. You cannot take it from Joe's house over here without the possibility of explosion, fumes, or contamination. So, you don't use liquid chlorine, but somebody thought it was a good idea. So now you have all these chlorine tab machines not being used. They should be. Nowhere to store the chlorine. We have to fix that. Arsenic that we have to take care of, arsenic machines, filtration, that we need to change and fix because it's not doing its job well either. Plus, we have some things going on out there. And well, when you dump the arsenic out, it's like your swimming pool. You can't just dump it out in the street. When you get done with your swimming pool water, you have to flush it somewhere. You can't just flush it down the drain. That's what's been happening with the arsenic. Now, I don't know who did that, who started it. Again, I have no skin in this game. I'm here telling you the truth. So, now you have wells that are some working, some aren't, some are kind of hanging on. When you have to be able to rock to make a pump, I mean, this is crap. And this didn't happen overnight. Didn't happen in 18 months. It happened over years and years of either somebody didn't see it, somebody didn't know it, somebody didn't have the money, somebody didn't know how to get the money. And I'm not pointing fingers. What I'm telling you is that either you fix it or you're not going to have water. So that leads us to.
Then Phoenix will take it over.
I'm sorry?
I said, then Phoenix will take it over.
Well, Phoenix might. They
Well,
might.
then it'll be right.
You think?
I think so.
Okay. Well, the last time I was in Phoenix, base fee. So there's a lot of people down there.
I just moved from there and it's not $60.
Mine was 60. Mine was 60.
That includes trash.
Pardon?
My basement was never
Trash
that.
bill.
Well, yeah, you got all that content with it as well, I suppose.
So, so why did it take 18 months to 50 months for the new board to figure out?
I don't know that it was the new board. I think it was a team. A team that was put into place to figure out
All
what's
I'm
going
saying
on.
is, the new board was put in about 18 months ago.
Uh-huh.
And we're finally now come to the decision from the people with problems, which should have been done at the first.
Can I get your name?
Gene?
Jean?
Yes.
Jean, I'm Alicia. I want to tell you something. Every single day. Every single day. I rip off a Band-Aid, I find 10 more.
That's what
It is not one thing. It is enormous.
I understand, but when a new board comes in, they usually would take inventory of what they have.
I agree, that would have been the first place to go. The first thing you have to understand though, you have Elaine. And I've been here 3 months, and I gotta tell you something, I've seen Elaine. I haven't seen anybody else to help us.
You should have talked, because let somebody who's more longer here.
I'm sorry?
You should let somebody who's longer here, has been here a year, that know what's going on, because you don't know our border here.
I think, Alicia, I want to interject something there. First
Like,
of
we
all,
have to know what's going
when
on.
we came on, the first thing we have to do is assess the district, what's wrong, what needs to be done.
Well, listen,
And that's not a simple task, but there are so many moving parts.
And unfortunately,
There are
it's gonna be
voters, there,
Yeah.
what is that, on, at Kingsway that is under repair now?
Yeah.
Pumps,
It's gonna turn out
the
the
booster
booster
station.
anyway. She's having
There's a well on Incline Drive that has been,
I'm gonna be honest,
so it's getting,
I think that we put you in office to
Well, then
do certain
someone is
parties.
gonna try to do
Why
that.
did it take you 18 months to tell me there's a well not working, you got habits issues, and all this fun stuff?
because we had to do a complete assessment of it.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I disagree with
All right,
that. That's a lack of confidence on my part, probably.
Well, then, you know what, this is over for the position, and if you weren't happy, why didn't you take the 18 months to say something?
We didn't know how things all was going on.
Well, then you haven't been paying attention to the meetings or the conversations, because we have been talking about.
What website do I pay attention to?
Pardon?
Which website am I supposed to pay attention to?
Again,
There's missing the.
you've had 18 months to come to meetings to find out what is going on. We have board meeting videos, and no one has said anything, and nobody offers to help, but they are really willing to come and complain about what's not getting
Why
done.
do I need to We have
So yeah, I'm sure that
you
we're
not
doing someone, and it's not gonna be.
We have given options to help.
So I,
You are, and only it's your responsibility as well. Don't put it all on the
So Mark, we can help you out, I'll help you out. Put some wells and get some stuff.
Yeah. I absolutely do. Natalie, would you like to speak to that debit card that we have? No, I do. Hey, we're gonna stop if people don't.
Right, can we stick to the agenda?
Okay, what do you want to do?
Priority. Follow the agenda. This was the priority review.
Okay. So she made a good point. We're gonna not do Q&A until the end. That would be appropriate. You guys are here to find out the state of the district. So Mark, I would appreciate you, making some comments about what you have found. What some of your priorities are as a part of the, don't worry, it's here.
First, before we take the call, what credentials does he have and how much are we paying him for those set credentials?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
What credentials does he have and how much are we paying him for those credentials? When you have Robbie Martinez here, who has credentials, and you turn it away from you.
Who did we say?
Elaine Martinez. Robbie Martinez, he's the one Southwest, he's the unfolding, he's on the Southwest.
Because this is not a Q&A,
Right, okay, let's just start with the credentials that we have.
No, we're not gonna start with
Hey, if everybody speaks all at the same time, all the town is going to see on the video, and all we're hearing is a bunch of noise and chatter.
Yeah, I mean,
How about if one person speaks at a time, speaks loudly and clearly? That would benefit everybody.
I agree with that. One person at a time.
So,
when
Mark-
you're asked, when they're asked. I have nothing to do with this, but I just want to make sure that we all can hear one person speak, and it's back and forth conversation with one person.
Mark's going to come up. No, Mark is going to come up. He's going to speak uninterrupted, and he's going to talk about some of the current conditions of the district. And I think, Keith, you've seen some of the district
I
and the
have, yeah,
conditions.
and I shadow mark on some of
And
these
so I
sites.
would really appreciate you coming up and sharing also what you've seen. Because people need to know exactly what things look like and the fact that we're really not exaggerating. The condition of the district is what we're saying. Mark, would you like to please? And no, not interrupting him, please.
No. I'll start off with the credential stuff right away. First of all, I work under Sierra Management, who's a level 4 operator, level 4 treatment, and level 4 waste management. So I answer to them, and I'm his boots on the ground because they're out of Tucson. So that's what I do here. So yes.
What's their license number?
Excuse me, no. Q&A.
I don't know that.
No questions.
Go sit down.
No.
Go sit down.
Maybe we should call the sheriff now. There are no questions.
Only took 23 minutes for her to
That's a public record as well. I don't know.
I don't personally.
Okay, we need, please, no speaking. It's Mark is on the floor. Be courteous and considerate and let him speak. Thank you, Mark. Go ahead.
So you guys pay me $15,000 a month to hire people to help take care of this district, okay? That includes meter reading, that includes leak repairs, that includes 24-hour, 7-day-a-week call, making sure that the pumps are staying running in the middle of the night.
Generators,
Generators.
backup generators.
Everything.
We didn't know if they even run, so we're out troubleshooting those, replacing batteries. We're just trying to keep the town safe. That's mainly where I sit.
So the contracted price for $15,000 isn't mine. That's to cover hiring people, that covers taxes, that covers a lot of things. Okay. As far as the sites go, the sites are in they're in need of repair. Okay. We'll start off with the Big John site right over here on Palm Lane. When I got into this, only half the arsenic system was in operation. Since then, I've had an engineer out here. We've gone over the system. We've gotten it works manually. We've gotten both tanks, both filtration systems operational. The arsenic samples I pull and take down to the lab are coming back good where they need to be. So they are functioning. The systems are designed to be automatic. There are PLCs, there are automated valves in those systems. Big John is not working anymore, but the system's designed to be automated. When I say that, it's designed to automatically backflush each tank. That backflush water is supposed to get recirculated into the system and get re-put into our water system after it goes through the arsenic again. That's not happening. So every time it gets backflushed, we're dumping 8,000 gallons of water on the ground, wasting it because the system's not functioning correctly. That actually happens at all 3 sites. They're all in the same stage of neglect. I do have prices coming for getting all those controls back up and running. I don't have them yet, but we're in the process of getting that done.
How
once a month.
Once a month?
The engineer wants once a month, yes. So, I pulled samples 2 weeks ago, took them down to the lab, we just got test results back, so our output out of them is good. That has to be monitored, obviously, so.
Chlorine's a big one.
Chlorine's a big one. When I came into this, essentially there was no chlorine going into any of the system. One of the well sites, they had a pump that was only putting out 25 PSI in a 75 PSI system, so that doesn't work. So we've changed all that. I've got good chlorine residual. I test every site every morning. And then I do pick certain sites out through the district that I test randomly for chlorine residuals. So right now we're getting the chlorine residual out of the well sites at a 1. Means out in the district, I'm around a 0.5 or 0.6, which is right where the operator of record wants it right now. So we're doing well with that. The Oasis site, we just had a VFD drive go down on the 9th. So that was a big expense, getting an emergency repair, replacement of VFD drive. So that's back up and running. The incline booster site, we are down a pump. We only have one pump on the line. If that pump goes down, we're gonna have a whole bunch of people out of one incline. Indian Hills without any water. We are in the process of getting that repaired right now. Pumps do take a while to get because, as with everything nowadays, they are slow to manufacture and ship out. Kings Ranch booster station, we lost a pump 2 weeks ago on that. The second pump up there is barely making it. It sprays water everywhere when it pumps and it makes a terrible racket. All that should be replaced. It's scheduled to be replaced on Friday, this Friday. So we're replacing it with 3-phase pumps and VFD drives to get it back up into 2026. So we are working hard on it. We've been repairing leaks out in the district.
There's a lot of leaks.
There's a lot of leaks, yes. A lot of leaks on the well sites. It's a lot of work. We just had the A-Quality contracting come down here and repair the leak at the VFD or at VFW. We've had, 4 leaks from them in the last couple months. So we're staying on top of it. At least I'm trying to stay on top of it.
You got old plumbing, you got old pipes in the ground.
We run, I'm out here 10 to 12 hours a day, every day. Except Sunday, I do go triple Sunday morning, but then I'm back out and about.
So you guys are kind of just running around keeping everything.
I have to, the incline tank up there, the altitude valve does not work up there, so I have to manually fill that tank. That means I have to go up there, open it, come back, close it so it doesn't overflow up there. The one on top over by the school, I gotta go turn the pumps on to fill that tank up because that stuff doesn't work either. So this is all stuff that I kind of got dropped into. So Keith has been a huge help. Hiring him to help me dig holes and read meters and replace and repair parts has been, he's been a lifesaver to me, so, yes, so.
Can you describe, I'm sorry, can you describe what happens with the tank on an incline, how it would overflow? And please keep in mind that none of these things were known as clearly until Mark started, because these things were not disclosed previously.
When did Mark start?
April 16th. So anyway, yes, the altitude valve does not work up there. So I have to manually open the valve up there to fill that tank and then go back and shut it off. If I open it too much, then people lose water pressure out Maggie Mine. So I gotta open it slowly. Sorry. Learned that one the hard way. But yes, so it's a constant. You have to go to every site every day, so. just to make sure that things are functioning.
And we've had them overflowing Indian Hills up here.
They used to overflow regularly.
Yeah.
My first weekend on the job, it was overflowing. I was up there on Saturday, and I calculated we were dumping over 50,000 gallons of water down the mountain in a 24-hour
We
period.
can't afford it.
Of course, I didn't know what was going on at the time. Now I know, so it's in process to be all fixed. So, but there again, altitude valve, you know, there's almost $20,000 to replace one. So it's a lot to do.
We're actually working on trying to figure out if we can build these things ourselves, save some money for everybody, instead of just bringing somebody in and replacing
But
it.
there again, in order to take it offline, I got to shut down half of Indian Hills of water. So, and that's kind of something we got scheduled. We have a leak over on Wagon Wheel right now that we have scheduled for Thursday to shut Wagon Wheel down. Because there's only one valve for.
One valve all the
50
way
people.
down on Mud
Most
Springs
people.
Road for the entire loop of Wagon Wheel all the way down, all those houses, but
Make
it's
sure
what
you
we've
let
got
us
to work
know.
with.
It's, where'd she go?
She's on receipt.
She's gone. She posted it. She says it's going out as an email, notifications, everything. So it'll be Thursday at 10 a.m. Are you on Wagon Wheel?
Yeah,
So it'll be Thursday around 10 a.m. So,
lots of problems with that, you know, the last couple of years.
so I know.
I've been with
Trust
that.
me. I know. Sorry.
Could you talk about the Oasis well and the one that went down and how, and then you, what turns went on and it
That was
seems to be.
GOA. That was GOA site. So when I started, we had two wells at, we do have two wells at Oasis. I happened to be talking to the contractor we hired to do the VFD drives, and I asked him about the second well, and why it wasn't running, because I had no idea. He's like, oh, that went down 3 months ago. And I was like, oh, really? I said, what do we gotta do? He's like, you probably gotta get a pool to find out what's wrong with the pump down there. So I was like, oh, wow, that's another thing we had to do. So I gave it to the board to, they contacted KT Ventures and we got some prices on getting that. Well, we gotta find out what's wrong with it really first, so. But that's a big expense because they gotta come down there and they gotta pull the well pump and everything, so.
What about the one you turned on and you noticed, but we're not sure if it's.
So with the GOA site, when we were replacing the VFD drive on the 9th, I had the control guy there test run one of the wells that's shut down completely, and we did get water out of it. But that's all we did. It built pressure and started squirting water out. But that's all we know right now. That has to be researched and figured out if that can actually be a useful well to us, so.
Where's that one at?
Say again?
What's the location of that one?
That one's at the GOA site.
Where's that?
That is down, Todd Evans Road. So that's down here, down K Mine, all the way in, turn right, all the way down there, so, down by the wash, so.
So we have 4 wells?
We actually have more than 4 wells. So, we have 3 operational. We should have a 4th operational at Oasis, and we don't. The GOA site has 2 more wells that are just off, and I don't personally know, and the control guys don't know. Nobody seems to know any information about them. That's why we bumped one on to see what would happen. We did get water, but that's all we know about the one, so. And I know the one over on Choya was abandoned. That well was abandoned because in order to operate that well, you would need an arsenic system over there. And we don't have an arsenic system over there, so.
What about some of the electrical panels and the other controls that are needed to operate all this equipment?
Well, they're in rough shape, but I kind of leave that up to the control guy right at the moment to handle that until we can figure out if we want to clean that up. The thing is, it's all outdated stuff, and we're kind of phasing into all VFD drives to bring everything up into this century, obviously. To get them running more efficiently, save on electric, and all that stuff.
Mark, I think a lot of people don't know what VFD drives are.
It's a variable frequency drive, so it modulates the frequency on the motor to adjust the horsepower on it, how it pumps. So,
More efficient.
way more efficient, so. They cost a lot, but you're supposed to save in electric, so. They work, so.
So what about, share with us your experiences on meter reading and what you're seeing and some of the trends that you guys are noticing, because I know it's been challenging getting things.
So having been new to this, finding the meters and locating meters was our first big challenge.
There's no map. There's really no information to go by to search these out. You're just going address, streets, looking in, what, cholla cactus, screaming dogs, what we had. I actually had somebody come out, and only one time we got screamed at by a person, said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I'm just reading the meter."
So we've done a really good job of locating the majority of the meters in this town. There's still probably a handful that we're struggling with. The majority of the problems we have right at the moment are the ones that are in behind locked yards, locked gates. We don't have access to, and or dogs in the yards. And the ones we do have phone numbers for, they don't answer the phone number, and I don't have 10 minutes to stand around waiting for somebody to decide to come answer, because we got a lot of meters to read, and right now, he helps me, we do 10 to 12 hour days. So, it's a lot to get them done.
Is there an option like my meter, you guys put in, not you, but somebody put in one of the smart meters, and nobody has to read it?
Correct.
On the meters that you can't access, wouldn't it be wise to put in a smart meter?
We want
I
to
mean,
do
you can
that.
come
That's
save
exactly-
line.
that's exactly what we
and
want.
put it
No,
there.
that's exactly what we're proposing to do, yes. But we still have to get access to those yards. They have to put the dogs away, they have to unlock, they have to let us in,
But yeah, that's what we want to do.
so.
And we only really have so many smart meters right now. anyway.
We have, I think, 100 and stuff, so we could cover what we need to do. But we need people to answer phones too, so.
So what are some of the challenges you're finding and what are some of the priorities for you?
My priorities right now are get Kings Ranch booster station repaired, so it's working, and then get Incline repaired and working, because those two are the ones that keep me up at night waiting for a phone call that these two places don't have water in the middle of the night. So those are my priorities right at the moment, so.
And when I came with Mark, Mark said, "Look, Keith, could you just come and tell me what your thoughts are?" So I went to the sites and I looked at them. And, you know, you see valves leaking, you see, you know, chemicals, you see things laying around, you go, "What's going on here? This doesn't look right. This doesn't look correct."
The GOA site looked like a freaking junkyard. Old meters, old well pumps,
Just thrown over there. We don't know what's wrong with it.
Everything laying everywhere,
So
so.
the people that we've had working on this stuff for the past year and a half.
Or longer. so
Or
I don't
longer,
know.
yeah.
Okay, wait. The people within the last year and a half that we were paying big bucks to didn't do anything?
That's what it.
Pretty much.
We don't know who to put the
Gary,
finger on.
is that his
but-
name, Gary? Wasn't he supposed to be doing stuff?
That's how it appears. Yes.
And Gary didn't do anything?
The operations team, under his supervision,
Gary,
that's how it appears.
okay.
I don't want to point fingers at anybody. All I know is
For the
what.
last year,
what
I was
happened.
paying somebody to do all this stuff and nobody's done anything.
But it was also going on before them. It's been
Yes,
going
I
on for a while.
understand that.
So you all have chlorine in your water. I can promise you that, so, right now.
Thank you.
Mark? On the phone, and he can make some comments just on the phone. Yeah, can we move on? I'm sorry, what? Is this time to move on?
Yeah, I know.
Well, he can come in if he can, but I think.
Yeah, one last question real quick.
Yes.
So, I heard you say a few minutes ago that you guys were running 10, 12-hour days.
When we read meters.
While you're reading meters, are you guys short-staffed? Is there a need for more people to get
I mean,
things
two people
done?
reading meters for the whole town isn't many people at all.
So we can do the meter read, two of us, we can do it in 3 days. Okay, which works.
So,
That's a lot of hours that we put in that day, but you know what? A lot of it is, you go out Maggie Mine, some of those meters are half a mile apart. And they're down roads, and they're here, and they're there. It takes time to get to some of the stuff. I wish it was all in a row, but it's not, so.
Some are.
Some are, yes, and they're the ones where you make up time. So, yes.
When it comes to the water itself, is there something in the water, or maybe you know the reason why the water is causing clear crystallization, like in a swimming pool, that you cannot get off?
The minerals in the water.
Is that what it is?
The hard water.
That's,
Russell, Arizona.
Yeah, well, 25 years ago, it didn't used to do that. Is it because of the well levels now?
that I can't answer. I do not know.
You can do a softener, like I do. I have a water softener.
I have one in the house, but I'm talking about like my swimming pool. It ruined it. In 6 months, it's ruined, you know. So I didn't know if there was something in the water now
Causing more of
that's
that.
causing more of that. Yeah, I mean, it's like, there's nothing takes it off. It's like a crunchy white crystal. Yeah.
Well, you do have more zinc in the water because of the yellow spots. Zinc. Zinc. Zinc in the water.
Have you found a lot of the meters not functioning for a long time or unreadable?
So we do have some meters that are unreadable. Typically, they are the digital meters that either they don't scan with the scan gun or the digital screen doesn't light up and give us a reading. At that point, what do you do, right? There are some that have been pretty deep in the ground. A lot of the old ones, the glass is hazed up, and you know, we squirt them with some alcohol, flashlight. We do make an effort to read the meters. We really do.
Phones, cameras, whatever you can do to try to read it.
And that's what takes a lot of time too. It's not like it's a quick process. It's up, down, it's up, down. It's
You don't have that sticky thing when they read it before?
when they,
So apparently those meters have been like that for many years. And the readings have just been what?
I assume that they haven't been reading them, but I don't know that for a fact. So I do my best. He does his best. My wife helps. We do our level best to get an accurate read for everybody. So
If you can't read it, you just guesstimate.
I note that it's unreadable and why.
That's what we
And
try.
I let that get turned in.
Oh, okay.
So
And
that's
then
all
you
we
just
can
kind
do.
of average what they were paying.
Okay, so, thank you, and we're gonna have a Q&A, but we're gonna get to Natalie and finances. And, Natalie's the CPA for the district, so.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Keith, you guys are doing a great job. It's making a huge difference in so many ways. You don't even know how it's helping. It's amazing. So Natalie?
I feel like I got the lucky bed of this. It's a little bit cooler in here now. But, so I'm a bookkeeper and accountant for the district. I am a CPA in Arizona for the last 5 years. I've worked with my company for 12. We only do government accounting. I literally only work with water, sewer, fire, hospital districts all day. I don't do profit, I don't do nonprofit, all I do is government. I will say, over the last 12 years or so, just kind of some of the general comments, you know, why do things take so long, why haven't we known? You know, people don't say things move slow in government just for fun. That is a literal truth. It does move slow. You have to remember main progress while you have your office workers day to day. The board meets once a month. Big decisions are made once a month, and so it does slow down the process. Part of it is also finding the good help and the good people who are actually doing what you need to do. I will say the district's been very intentional about trying to find good help. I can't speak for reading meters. I sit behind a desk and fixing leaks and all that, but I see the reality of that for all of my clients across the board, and so having good help on the ground is literally what it comes down to. I'll be real quick. Government accounting is no one else's fun subject besides mine. I will say the district, we kind of, to the recurring theme of some of this has been let slide for the last 20 to 30 years. As the district ages, infrastructure gets expensive. You should plan for repairs, you should know that things are going to be upgraded, things aren't going to be manual. A lot of districts that I work with for a long time, we're doing 20, 30 capital, 30-year improvement 30-year improvement plans so that we can save and plan for funding that. Unfortunately for you guys, that has not been happening the last 30 years. Can we fix that in 1 year? No. Are we making the steps to do that? Yes. But that is the unfortunate reality of where the district is today, is that we are fixing 30 years of what should have been slow preventative maintenance and slow. It's just like your home. You don't let it fall into disrepair for 30 years and then think you can fix it all at once unless you're going to take out a $1 million home renovation loan. This is, if we had maintained over 30 years, saved over 30 years, financed over 30 years, we would be having a very different conversation across the district as a whole. So part of that, you guys, I don't know if it makes you feel better or not, you are not alone in this situation. I've had a lot of districts in this exact same boat where I come on board and we call it reserves for districts. It's basically like a savings account for your personal. Kind of, no one wants to have nothing in your savings account. You try to have, they say 3 months of savings or 6 months of bills in your savings account. It's the exact same thing for the district. Our rule of thumb minimum for a district that's 10 to 20 years old is I want to have at least a year's worth of operating costs in the savings account, because the well goes down, the pump goes down, there's a massive leak on the road, we need meters across that. I can't pay for that today. We've been saving for it for 30 years. So, unfortunately, like I said, that hasn't been what's happening. We have been making very intentional decisions. Elaine's in my inbox every 3 days. Can we afford this? Can we afford this? Should we save, how do we time all of these projects and all of these repairs? And as he's telling her, we need, I'm not the chlorine tabs or booster pumps or meters or that. I'm doing my best to prioritize what we can and fund what we can. That is a day-to-day project for the district. And so that has been a very intentional conversation with the budget that we've been working on and everything else. While the district does have some reserves, we have been pulling into them the last 4 or 5 months, honestly the last year. The other guys might not have been doing as good of a job or as much as we hoped, but they were still fixing things as they broke. There were still leaks, there were still things coming up. And so the board has been authorizing those repairs and paying for those as they come. We've had the reserves for that so far, but that is going to be an intentional focus for the district. It's going to have to be building up some of those reserves as well to continue handling things as they come up. Yes, sir.
I know Randy and Lori own this property here, and so no offense to them, what was the need to move from over there to over here? And also, was there an increase in cost moving over here?
That was very minimal between the rent and the utilities. It was basically same. I can't speak to the contract specifics between the rental places, but there was no substantial cost increase.
There was a lot of construction going on here on the office when it was she was moving in here. So we took in all that cost. You're saying that didn't cost us anything?
I'm not saying it was free, but I'm saying in the grand scheme of things, it was not substantial.
How much should we pay you?
Yeah.
How much should we pay? And how long you been there?
April, we paid $13,000 in April.
My firm, so we have a team, it's not just me, but we do have a team. Kind of like the attorneys, we are by the hour, so as much as you guys use us or need us, that is how we bill our time. It depends on month to month what's going on. The last few months have been budget season, so we have been handling the budget, but
I don't think we need it. Technology now, bookkeeping, ADP, everything is out there. My opinion.
That is.
It does everything for you for
$500. I'm not gonna argue the advancements of AI or the profession, but
This is
I
what I'm
will.
gonna say, and then we're gonna stop because this is off topic. This is off
I have a
topic.
house.
No, it's not.
It's not off topic.
Hold on. I have a house, I have a business, okay? I have a house. Okay, hold on. I have saving, I have checking. I know how to manage my money. I don't want somebody to manage my money, okay? Elaine, we put you on the board to control our money, everybody's here. I'm not paying her $13,000. I can pay for my business $13,000, but I don't. I save to pay those guys that needed help. Okay?
We strongly recommend all of our clients to hire professionals.
No, I don't. No, that. I'm sorry.
Including him.
I will say, I understand your opinion. I know that that's a widespread opinion. No, that is fine. I don't take any personal.
They have office lady in the office too.
Oh, ma'am, but I understand, I'm not upset by that, I don't take that personally, I understand that it is your guys' money going into the district, and it is. I will say there are some complications for government accounting beyond normal personal finances or even business. There are a lot of governmental regulations. So there are some things that you might need someone for. I'm not gonna get into it, I'm here when we are hired. No, if the district.
What is it you're
Hold on,
hired to
please,
do?
everybody
That's the
stop.
question.
Stop.
We have to.
Stop. Let her speak. Stop.
And I see the account is changing so much in this account, its charge is crazy.
Stop.
And if the district decides
Bill,
we no longer need my
that's your
services, that is
girlfriend.
totally fine.
No,
What
it's
is
not
it
your
that your
fault. It's not your
services
fault.
propose?
So I act as the district controller and CFO. So we reconcile all of your monthly accounts, we manage the balance sheets, we manage the cash flow, managing the balance, and we are the third party. Government entities get audited, and so we are the third party controller managing and supervising the funds on a day-to-day in order for you to have auditor compliance.
So does that mean you're handling the billing then also?
Natalie's contract with the district is public record.
Okay, no, stop. Stop. You guys, too many people are speaking at once, and I'm gonna clarify this. Nobody seemed to mind when Sarah Rabina or someone else was making, 96 to 80 some odd $1,000 a year. We now have two people in the office and Natalie, and we're paying less than what Sarah Rabina was making. So,
Not true.
you have to look at the
I
budget.
have one person with 3 people, 2 in the office and this lady too, plus the lawyer.
Yeah.
It's a lot,
That's
sorry.
not true. That is
Those
not
people paying it, and it's social security people, they don't have no money. And they have to raise everything for, I don't care for me, I'll pay it, no problem.
Then
Those
great,
people,
all of come and join the board, there's an opening for
I
vice chair.
have a job to do.
You
That's
have,
what I'm
it
saying.
sounds like you have a lot of experience.
That takes
It's enough, it's enough.
Okay, we're stopping.
No, don't stop. So, you have to listen to us here. The lawyer, if you see my notes, it's a shame. It's a shame. I stopped it too long. Okay, I'll show you.
Is it your company that's in charge of the billing currently? So,
Okay, one person talking at a time.
No, it's not your fault.
oh, sorry, I was talking to her being.
Otherwise,
No, you're fine. I'm not talking about
So, one of the things, I think we want to
Tell her to sit.
Sit down. All right, so hey, listen, we have to respect each other, right? I can't end up with people with each other.
She wasn't helping.
I know. Can I have a turn? How you doing? It's Sean Collins. I'm a member of the Board.
Who is this guy?
Can I have a moment?
Remember,
It's like conversations everywhere.
he's a brother.
All right, so let's just be respectful, right? This woman came over here, she's trying to help us. I understand if you don't like what she's getting paid, that can always come next time when it's up, when we can talk about it again. Right now, it's already in contract. Okay, arguing about her or making shots at her, it's not doing anybody any good right now. Hi, how you doing? Can I just have a second?
No. But the thing is, we didn't get a choice in this matter, and now it's thrown in our laps, and now we have to deal with it. That's not fair, and we pay our bills.
Excuse me. I'm just trying to have let me speak first, and I'm gonna respect you. I have total respect for everybody. We're all neighbors, and we're trying to hear each other. If we start shouting at each other, there's no respect. That doesn't make any sense, right?
I don't think anybody's shouting at anybody until her.
No, I know, people get loud, they're getting emotional, I understand that, okay? I'm not emotional like that, okay? So please have respect for what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, she's up here, let's have some respect, she's not shouting at none of you. Everyone's starting to raise their voice, I understand, she just stepped out, okay? Let's try to keep it calm.
No, it's not her fault.
Miss, I understand.
I'm not saying,
Just let her-
but our is why we pay, it's no reason.
I understand.
There's the thing, it's ADPs and bookkeeping, it's too much out there. Why would you 3 people, man? People don't have money on the table. The thing is on the bill here.
Okay, so what I'm asking for you is, can you
I
please let her
I'm
continue?
sorry, it's not a fault.
I understand, I know you're upset, right? We all spend the money. Like I don't have a couple houses here, I do too, I understand.
No.
So-
If she hired those guys are great, we're not following
They're
them.
gone, right? So the people that
ready for
that
me.
work
$3
for
people
you,
we need.
And you get it with a $4,000 water bill?
Thank you.
you know what, when I first moved here, I'll tell you my largest one, it was a couple of grand. Because last time was growing stuff, I just
We should follow.
You got another $9,000 bill.
I didn't get to do that, I was 20 years ago.
I didn't get there till late.
Okay, so.
How much did I miss?
That's what I'm saying, let's get back to her.
I know it's not
You don't like wasting money? She's getting paid right now. Jesus Christ.
Also, I will point out, I don't do the water bill. So if that is part of the concerns, I will say that is not my office. Your front office does handle the water billing, so that might be a point of clarification. Yes, ma'am.
One thing I do want to clarify, when everybody keeps spouting about Sarah Rabina making $90-some thousand a year, mind you, everyone, Sarah Rabina paid the rent on the office out of her funds. Out of her funds.
Yep.
Not how it's being paid now.
And she did what 3 people are doing now.
Exactly.
I will-
For almost $300,000
You
a year.
are correct. I believe the rent was about $500 a month, so that
A
wasn't
little
a
bit
big.
more than that.
Yeah, but out of that 96,000,
She also paid the electric bill.
Yeah, but yes, you are.
You might have hired the wrong people.
Sorry, you've been waiting a long
No,
time.
that's okay. So you made a comment earlier that Elaine messages you to like see if we can afford certain things. So a few meetings back, I believe there was a meeting because Elaine has a criminal case open, and I believe it was voted yes that our BCCWID funds could pay for a consultation for a criminal attorney. Can we afford that?
That is a legal matter. I'm not gonna comment on either of the.
Actually, that's
And then
like
I
counting
emailed you about that, sir.
That's the question, can it be afforded on our current budget?
And no reason for my email.
Are you found?
I'm broke.
I don't remember that email, but again,
Okay.
I'm not the attorney for Elaine, like a separate personal legal counsel. The board voted, and it's authorized to vote to spend those funds, and they did so.
There was one board member that tried to vote against it.
But a majority of the board voted in favor of that.
Right.
The vote carries.
The majority
That's
is
just
three
the way it
people.
works. That's the way it works.
But if we can't afford X, Y, and Z, why do we afford your criminal attorney consult?
It had everything to do with what was going at the waterfront. You have these guys that are working for us as operators, and they're not doing the right thing. So we're saying, we're not gonna continue to pay.
I'd recommend, look, can we save questions? We're gonna get to the meter reads.
Sorry, I thought it was finance. I thought you were telling me if we could financially afford that. Thank you.
Alright, so I think that was kind of my general financial overview, so I think the next section is,
Thank you.
Hey, Bill, that guy in the white shirt, $300 an hour. Oh, he makes the guy in the white shirt $300 an hour. Is he the attorney? Right here. Yeah.
Of record. He's not Elaine's. She got it. Yes, she's been.
You were disappointed, right? Nobody voted. I don't remember.
I'm gonna call Paul. Alicia left. She couldn't tolerate the dissension, and so did Barb. Well, no, you guys have to realize that every day in the office or on the phone, people come in, and you guys, as Sean said, we're all neighbors. We're no users, but people come in And they are so mean and rude and degrading to the office staff that it's.
That's because they're trying to clean up format.
My mess?
Yeah.
I don't have a mess.
How would you feel if you got paid for
So we're not gonna have any more talking until people are quiet. We're getting Paul on the phone, and Paul is.
Well, then I'm gonna say sit down.
Pardon?
I'm gonna say sit down.
Well, you can say sit down.
Sit.
Paul's the one she had on the. Paul.
Who is Paul?
Paul.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to listen up here.
Is it? Okay, we're gonna stop, and if you guys want to continue the meeting, you need to be respectful, or we'll just stop it now. That's what we're talking. So, this is Paul Jewell, and he has been looking, he has been involved in the meter reading situation. And Paul, you're on speakerphone, and I'm putting you in front of the
Citizens of Black Canyon City.
That's right.
That's right.
What's wrong with that?
We're not going to continue until it's quiet. You guys need to be quiet. Okay, Paul, would you like to explain some of the meter reading issues that you're familiar with, please?
What issue specifically are we talking about?
When we looked at some of the meter reads being low, or being underread, or misread, or not read, when you looked at them and you talked about the sequence of the numbers, just share what you know about the meter reading issues, because Alicia and Barb left.
Okay, so there's a few issues as it relates to meter reading. Now, first and foremost, what we're finding is the prior administration was in large part estimating, and now we're actually reading the meters, we're getting good reads. We're finding that the actual read that we're pulling, there's a disparity between the actual read and the trend that we would see from past reads. So it appears that in many cases these reads have been estimated over the years. So now that we're actually reading the meters over the past 3 months, we're running into that issue. For example, if we took the last read from the prior administration to a good read today, maybe it was 80,000 gallons less or 200,000 gallons more. So just by looking at the reads of today versus what has been inputted into the data, there's a disparity there, and the only conclusion we can come to is many of these were estimated. Secondly, the way the bills are being produced in the billing software, they're only, first and foremost, they're billing in 1,000-gallon increments. Now, the rate structure is based on 1,000 gallons, but it's also prorated. So if you use 500 gallons, you're billed with a 1,000-gallon rate in half the session. What's happening, and we're getting a little bit more involved in the billing, and as I'm sure was explained to you, I just got a record for the system, so my company does offer additional services, so we're trying to help you guys out, help the district out. So we're just now getting involved in the billing. And what it's looking like is if somebody uses under 1,000 gallons, it's not even triggering a bill. So we're working with the software provider, we're working with Mark, we're working with the office on the next billing cycle to true these accounts up, find out exactly where they're off, get away from the estimation so that true bills are going out based on true consumption. And then we do know that there are meters within the system that are not functioning. That's just due to age, and if long retired, they could be pulled from the system, replaced with a functioning meter. So once we get the billing situated, then we can target those non-functioning meters and focus on getting those replaced. So I don't know if that answers your question in part or not.
One of the things, Paul, that we have talked about for a bit now was looking at better billing software, because what has been used in the district now for 25 years in camps is just not effective. And so would you provide some feedback on why it's important to get as much of the billing into a more aligned state where everything is consistent, and in looking for some billing software?
Yeah, so only recently become more intimately involved with the software. Enhances a very antiquated software. It's using an older database. It doesn't integrate well with modern technology such as electronic payments, both receive and bills going out. So there's a lot of functions or features of the Foxborough database, or I believe it's SQL, my apologies, that makes it hard to integrate. Secondly, based on my conversations that I've had with the software provider and what we're seeing, I think there's either a lack of interest in resolving a lot of the issues that the district is having right now, or a lack of knowledge. We have relayed certain issues that we're aware of as far as bills going out incorrectly. Undercharging is what we've seen mostly. Actually, all I've seen is undercharging up to this point. And trying to work with the software provider to remedy those issues has been far more laborious than they should be. And I think it might be a limitation to the software as well as the platform may be. I mean, it is an older database, so it's not something that new customers are signing on. It's a legacy software that they're obviously retiring out. You know, they're keeping customers until they move off the system. But it's very apparent that some new software is definitely needed for the district.
And so, how do you see moving forward? I mean, we are making some good progress in the building. We're finally getting good meter reads and Keith, so the reads are aligning. We're not estimating nearly as many accounts because we're getting those good reads. So, how do you see this moving forward, the outcome? What are you hoping to see then?
Well, first and foremost, in per our discussions and pending the outcome of the next board meeting, my billing administrators are going to work with your office in the next couple of bill cycles to ensure that we've corrected these issues. We've addressed some of the problematic areas within the software, and then ultimately the decision is made to move to a more modern software. It's just a matter of the data conversion. These software companies are generally pretty good at the data conversion and moving data over. And I think long term it's going to be a net benefit for the utility. Customers are going to have a lot more options as far as how they pay their bills, access their accounts online, over the phone, through internet, voice response systems. And then when we have a lot of the legacy problems that we've been having with enhance, little ghosts that are in the system. So the net benefit will be, I think, an improvement that everybody will enjoy.
And also, what will it be like? And I know that you've worked with a lot of districts who now have all Metron meters. What will that look like for our district when we reach that point?
Well, it's going to be a pretty significant technological advance for you. First and foremost, meters generally in per neighborhood should be recycled or should be replaced at the 12-year mark. So they depreciated 8% a year. So the 12-year mark meter should ultimately be replaced. It's largely accepted in Arizona. After about the 10-year mark, or about 50 gallons, meters start to slow down. So generally, from a utility standpoint, meters are slowly slow down. They're not going to register correctly, so you're going to see an increase in water loss. That means utilities pumping more water in the ground, more water running through the arsenic treatment systems. You're utilizing more disinfectant, the chlorine. While that's not balanced on the distribution side, because generally you're seeing a lower consuming output from that meter. The water's still running through it, but it's registered less. So first and foremost, we're going to close that gap between what's being pumped and sold, so that you guys are going to see a lower water loss. That's going to be first and foremost. Secondly, with the smart meter technology, where leaks are going to be detected almost immediately, but within 24 hours. So if a customer has a leak on their meter, it's something that the utility or the meter will detect and send out an alert both to the customer and the utility, so that we issues that they can be alerted to, and then closes that gap between the utility and the distribution as far as the water system is concerned.
And I think it's kind of important for people to be aware, since Mark and Keith are getting good meter reads now, and, you know, with the Metron meters, they will be able to spend more time making repairs in the district instead of reading meters. But because we're getting accurate, legit meter reads, people may notice their bills going up. You know, I've had people comment, I've heard people in the office say, well, I've never used more than 1,000 or 2,000 gallons a month. And now this month I was charged for 3 and I'm not going to pay it because I couldn't use 3,000. And what's happening is the meter reads are finally in line. They're not being estimated. You know what I mean?
I'm not agree with having way.
Oh, well, you can comment on that. I would like to hear. And so
I think I've had about enough. I don't think that any of these people are here to hear this guy give us specifics and logistics. No, that's not why we're here.
Sir,
we are here to understand why our bills have gone from a normal to damn near $4,000.
I can try to take that comment. So again,
please.
I think Barbara and Alicia maybe had some more in the trenches information, but as you've heard from Paul, there's many different issues going on. Some meters they can't find, other meters there's different issues they don't work.
But I have to pay for this?
Well, the district is actively working. I assure you they're actively
Okay,
working to
like I
address
said, I'm going to walk out, but I am going to say I am paying for somebody else's fuck up. And
Sir,
I apologize for that. And like
please
I said,
don't walk
I'm gonna
away.
walk out.
Please don't walk away. We need you. We need you.
No, please walk away. We don't need that type of.
Well, I'm sorry.
We need everybody. The district's action.
We are going to stop the meeting.
Then stop it, stop talking about it.
I mean, this is 2026, that language your grandchildren are using.
Okay, look, I apologize for the F word, and I will apologize for that, but I think it needed to be said to make a point.
We are going to end the meeting.
I have been told that there will be a meeting.
We're sitting here for the last hour and 25 minutes.
And learned nothing.
We were going to get our 15 minutes to sit and have a conversation about what it is that is going on.
So what the CPA actually covers your question perfectly.
Actually, the CPA didn't cover that question
Can
at
I
all.
explain exactly how she didn't cover it? Give me a chance. Alright, so she had explained that most districts plan for the maintenance coming along with it, right? You have a motorcycle, right? Do you wait for
Hold on, what does the maintenance have to do with the billing and the way that the water company has been handling, which is the bulk of the reason that every single individual is here today?
Hi, my name is Adam. It's nice to meet you, but at the same time,
we've already had this hoorah, and now we're trying to
No,
get
but you're
down
not
to the
listening to
reason
what I'm
why
saying.
it is that things are the way they are with the billing. We understand the water district's machinery has gone to shit because of lack of oversight for the last 30 years. There's been no budget built up, but there is a budget. Obviously, we're paying $300 an hour for attorney. We're paying $13,000 for, what has it been, 2 months, maybe 2.5 months, something like that, for a comptroller to do what she still hasn't explained what it is she actually does. We have a front office team that handles the billing, but nobody can seem to reconcile the numbers with the numbers. And what the numbers are being read now, what they weren't being read 2-3 months ago, and there's definitely been meters that have been able to get read. But the question is, why is it that our billing does not reconcile with those numbers? The billing doesn't recognize, the cards that are getting sent out from the front office have one number. The bill that is being shown online has a different number. Payments are not showing up in the system as being paid. Nobody's getting answers. People are getting $4,000 bills, $9,000 bills, $12 million bills. And nobody can seem to be able to tell us why.
I heard everything you just said, and I received it. I can answer most of those questions. Alright, so, hold on, let me just answer the question.
Go ahead.
So, on the billing piece of it, you're getting very large amounts, right? And that's why they said, we cannot be charging the customers these crazy amounts. They changed, correct me if I'm wrong, they changed the meters some of the numbers didn't match up. When they would go check what they were checking, like the last guys over here, they were checking the numbers and what you were being billed, they didn't match up. And when we're seeing these things trying to go out to you for like, I think it was like $10,000, it was outrageous. But we're not gonna let it go to the customer at that point. So what they did was they did a pause on it, and then we tried to, Natalie, after they paused it, can you give me the fill-in of exactly the amount that we were doing right there? I'm not in the office on the billing piece of it every day, but I've heard the jargon. Just please give me a second. Go ahead.
So again, our office does not handle the billing, so I'm not in the trenches either. Alicia and your front office do. But we did have, to this point, yes, they did call me. There were some bills where all of a sudden they had read a meter that hadn't been read in God knows how long. They put it into the system and it calculated a $10,000-$15,000 water bill. And they asked how I've seen that handled for other districts who have had issues. I recommended putting in the correct billing, the meter read for the next one, so that the next month would be accurate, but then billing you guys more in line of what your average for the historical years had been, not to give you that sticker shock for getting caught up for a bad meter read for the last several years. However, once maybe, again, as a, not in the trenches, but once we adjust that good starting number, when we started getting meter reads a couple of months ago, then we do have the accurate roll month to month, which may have gradually increased as we had that accurate number starting. We had a good starting point in April. So we gave 1 month of, my advice was to have you build kind of what your historical average had been, since we couldn't justify anything beyond that. But then once we had good, accurate meter reads, then they could bill based off of the rate order and the actual meter reads. Does that
That's
help?
exactly what I wanted from you.
Okay.
And, okay, go ahead.
So,
Please, Bill, go ahead, Bill.
Good to see you, that's what.
Is it my turn to speak?
Yes.
I've been sitting here very patiently, haven't said a word the entire time. If it's my turn to speak, I would appreciate that no one interrupts me. Thank you, Elaine.
Don't be her.
My name is Bill Botsley.
Oh,
Nice to meet you,
nice to
Elaine.
meet you, Bill.
I think Elaine and I have been going round and round and round for a long time about the bill that I received, three bills. One, normally my water bill was running about $400 for 12 years. 12 years. All of a sudden I get a bill for $800. They said they didn't bill us in November or in December, so they doubled it up in April. Then I received, it is my turn to talk.
I'm not talking to you.
Thank you. Then I was told that, then I got a bill for almost $3,000 and for 245,000 gallons of water, which amounts to about 10 times the average rate of water usage per person in the United States. I objected to that. Don't know why, but I objected to it. And what I found out, as Paul just mentioned, the district has been estimating the bills for many, who knows how long. I'm not even going to say how long, but for a long time they've been estimating, and now they want to catch up for all the wrong. And here's the real issue. Here's the real issue, people. If you want to listen, this is the issue. Do we have to pay for the mistakes of the past?
Exactly. Or the current.
Well, I mean, for catching up. They want us to pay for all of the estimates. And by the way, if you read on your bill every month, it says meter reading, not meter estimate. So, Elaine, maybe you need to hear this.
This is a Q&A.
Okay, you don't want to hear it, you don't have to hear it. So they have been saying meter reading on your bill and then putting in wild numbers that always end in 000. They aren't meter readings, or they wouldn't always end in even thousands.
Right.
So they are still estimating. Even though they claim they're trying to make them accurate. Just a minute, it is my turn. Sean, I'll give it to you as soon as I'm done, because I sat there very patiently.
first of all, I'm a parliamentarian, and I know we don't need to use bad language. We don't need to be upset. But we do need to rectify things somebody once said earlier in the meeting, we are citizens of Black Canyon City. We own the water company. Okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
We are the only users.
Now, here is the real issue. Are we supposed to make up for the mistakes of the district in the past when they've been claiming they are meter readings and they were estimating for years? Now, that's actually, yeah, you said it. It's fraud. To say that they are actual meter readings and end in 000, nothing but pure fraud, and they want us to make up the difference. So I went to bat with Elaine. She cut the thing in half. Guess what I got?
Yeah, if you can try to get
Just 2 days ago. The other half. Yeah. So now she's back to telling me that she wants the full 3,000, even though she told me she would settle for half.
I didn't tell you anything, Alicia did.
Yeah, you were on the phone call too. It's my turn to talk. I sat and listened to you yell, and now it's my turn to talk. It's my turn to talk.
This is a Q&A, though.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It is my turn.
He's giving an answer. Let the man speak.
Yeah. I am a parliamentarian. I'm a parliamentarian.
No, he hasn't. He has all the time he wants.
30, is there a time limit?
Why, you don't like what he's saying?
When we got to this point, we were gonna set the ground rules.
But you did.
And
we haven't got to it.
Well, we are right now.
So I'm still having the floor, and you agreed to let me talk.
Okay, this meeting is.
I call for a no confidence vote. We're going to Elaine Clayton, and I'm asking for her immediate resignation.
I second my motion!
If she won't resign, then we need a recall election.
Go ahead.
Yes, she needs to resign immediately. Yes, Bobby is requesting. All in favor of asking for her resignation immediately.
No.
Ask for her resignation.
We're the citizens.
That's right, citizens.
If we keep this under control, it's gonna end, and you're not gonna get your questions.
You can take it. It's too late. People are answered down.
I have the recall today. I went to the county. I have the recall today.
There you go. We have the recall election papers. So, Elaine, your choice is either to resign immediately or we're going to do a recall election. Oh, you think? You can leave, but the citizens are going to stay.
No,
The citizens are going to stay.
we're not leaving.
Then leave.
Meeting's over.
Then leave. Leave, Elaine. Elaine, leave if you think the meeting's over. The rest of us want to stay.
Meeting's over.
No, you can leave. The rest of us want to stay. I so thank you.
He has a copy.
I don't really want to stay because you've got really no.
I'm Lisa's mom.
We want to stay. We're the citizens.
It's not your building.
So it's not going to reconcile their billing.
Through this entire meeting for 15 minutes of questions.
Okay.
Question for you. Why is it the
If you're interested in signing the recall election, I mean,
she's all taking the average of the new meter reader and nobody's
she loves to fight.
and nobody's been averaging anything, and you're backbilling based on bogus numbers.
Sign the recall election. If you want, is that what we do? Who's got the paper?
I have it.
How many need to sign it?
Hold on.
Okay, don't leave unless you don't want to sign. Okay, don't leave unless you don't want to sign. But we have a recall here to recall her, but she obviously did not resign.
Okay.
Thank you. We shouldn't have to pay for the mistakes of the past.
Well done.
Good. Good.
Yeah, I might ask you to do
Otherwise, it started out at 13 gallons.
I resigned from the board Elaine Clayton because of you. Because what you're doing, who you want. Don't leave until you sign up and call, guys. Sign up and call.
So, hey, everybody, I got about 20 minutes. I gotta go. So, and then, so if you guys want to do, I'm not gonna do that. But I gotta leave about 20 minutes.
Agreed, 100%.
Thank you for your service. I kind of got stuck in it. You did this because you're helping the people.
I am, and that's what I care about. I drink this water and I get
I've come to
screwed up bills just like
I've come to learn that about you. But this situation right now, this can't
gotta go.
Yeah, so you know what? But the town, we back you. I believe so. I've come to see that, you know what, I mean, you're a good man. You do, you
work hard. I do not do this stuff. I get to tell everybody, they don't listen. Everything was left over when I started going around.
Get everybody to sign a paper.
Yeah.